wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take a ladder.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.
Tempo change every other time change, cause our minds change on what we think is good. I wasn't raised in the hood, but I know a thing or two about pain and darkness. If it wasn't for this music, I don't know how I would've thought this. Regardless, all these songs I'm hearing are so heartless. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. Honest, there's a few songs on this record that feel common. I'm in constant confrontation with what I want and what is popping in the industry. It seems to me that singles on the radio are currency. My creativity's on the free when I'm playing shows. They say stay in your lane, boy, but we go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, but will they be alive tomorrow? Baby, alive tomorrow. I'm sorry if that question I asked last scared you a bit like a hazmat in a gas mask. If you ask that, My brother, he likes when I rap fast, but let's backtrack. Back to this. Who would you live and die for on that list? But the problem is, there's another list that exists, and no one really wants to think about this. Forget sanity, forget salary, forget vanity, my morality. If you get in between someone I live and me, you're gonna feel the heat of my cavalry. All these songs I'm hearing are so heartless. Don't trust a perfect person, and don't trust a song that's flawless. They say stay in your lane, boy, lane, boy. And we go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, highway. But will they be alive tomorrow? They say stay in your lane, boy, lane, boy. And we go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, highway. But will they be alive tomorrow?
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the peanut gallery is speechless. Only for the sake of the show, but purposes proposes the following questions. When did the Secret Service become less tactical than the Boy Scouts? Why does the Blue Team think they can erase their internet history? And how fast the fake phone calls are being pumped out as clickbait? Welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Just Google Flat Earth Mark. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, and yes, Caroline, if it is not July 16th, 2024, the year of the Wood Dragon, then you are listening to a rerun. Remember, YouTube is not the end of Flat Earth. It is just the beginning. Quote of the day goes exactly like this thing from me. What a difference a week makes. We know something happened, and a lot of it doesn't make sense, and we're going to talk about it. But when we do, we're going to be careful with our choice of words, because even though freedom of speech exists, it isn't absolute, especially when it comes to social media platforms, like this one. My co-host, she's the one, the only, Patricia Lynn Steere. Hey, Patricia.
Hello.
Wow.
Things sure are weird. In fact, the world keeps getting stranger.
Yeah. Yes, it does. And by the way, later in this first segment, because we're not going to be doing headlines, because we're really only going to be talking about one headline. If you've missed it, if you've been living under a rock for the last 4 days, well...
You're lucky.
Yeah, you are lucky. We're going to bring on United States Army retired Master Gunner Brian Burton. I don't know if we're bringing him on video. Actually, I think we're bringing him only in on audio because we don't have a video screen for him because we can't squeeze it on. And really, it would make us smaller, and we're not going to do that. Our egos are way too large.
We're already too small.
Exactly. If it was up to Patricia, it would just be a split screen. And by that, I mean 70-30, her to me.
Right. No, actually, that wouldn't be it. But okay. That's what you think.
You don't have to lie to make friends. That's fine. You know what? Don't give in to peer pressure, Patricia. Hey, Patricia, speaking of which, because of your ego, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary, horizontal, level plane?
Well, you can pay someone. That's usually what I do. Pay someone. Take them out to eat, and then they'll usually like you at least during the meal. But if you want to know about our stationary world, you can get the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. TM David Weiss. Once again, that's the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac app. I have it. You should have it too. On your phone, so you can look anytime, find out what's going on, watch all sorts of videos on there too, as well as see the position of just about everything, except for the Secret Service.
Somebody says Patricia has an echo. Why would that be on today of all days? Peanut? Peanut's looking... and he's trying to figure this out. We are sharing the screen. Hang on, I'm looking at Patricia's thing. Patricia's sound.
I'll keep talking.
Turbo Bridge is still. Should I turn Turbo Bridge off for a second?
Do I really have an echo? Or is someone trying to clown us?
I don't know. Tell you what, I'm going to turn off Turbo Bridge, the call board.
Okay.
And Patricia, say something insightful.
Well, hey, hello to the chat. Let me go in the chat. Some people are saying echo. They're saying it's annoying. And they're saying, wow, what an echo, and why the echo?
Is it still there? We're going to check.
And they're saying, is a tab open? So
we're checking.
Or someone done a tab.
We're checking right now. I turned off the phone lines. I know that we were coming through both of the...
Now, Lowry says 5x5.
Okay. Well, I can turn...
So
right now, we've only got a couple audio channels on. We've got my mic.
It could just be, but then ZULUONE is saying there's an echo, and yes.
Well,
he says it, and it's got to be true. Has it been resolved? Although we've done nothing. Oh, some people say no echo now, and it's
okay.
Good.
100%. You know what? I just turned off the Turbo Bridge audio, so I think we're okay. Good. I think we're still broadcasting to Turbo Bridge. We're just not playing their stuff through our thing. So
So for people who don't know what Turbo Bridge is, it's a thing that is used later for phone calls.
Okay. Tell you what. Oh, you know what? I almost missed this. You know what? The Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app is the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. Watch a featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent.
I don't know. I'd hate a gift if somebody gave it to me and it only cost $2.99. So I don't know if it's really the actual perfect gift, but it's nice.
Patricia is a big believer of you get what you pay for. And by that,
I think I'm going to get fired as the person doing David Weiss's ad.
It's like it doesn't have to be expensive. There's no such thing as $100 app. Well, there probably is, but what are you getting for that? Probably a lot of porn. I'm so sleepy. And because it's 10 p.m. on the East Coast, it's time to say goodnight to one of our listeners, Paige. She just put on her squiddly diddly pajamas, got a cup of cocoa with exactly 6 tiny marshmallows, and will probably listen to the playback in the morning. Good night, Paige. Shout-outs.
Good night.
What? Shout-outs, obviously, to Flat Earther, Stephen Carpenter, the Deftones. Support the Flat Earth cause and get the coolest hoodies ever. Go to the strong.family, won't you, and pick up some merch. Also, shout out to ZULUONE, longtime listener of the show, for doing a simulcast stream on his channel, ZULUONE. And
in all caps.
Oh, the problem is Turbo Bridge is also Patricia's mic. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem because if Patricia won't be able to talk to the callers.
Oh, well,
and you're right.
fine.
It's not showing up for me. It's just showing up for. Is that true? Yes. That is so weird.
How many shows have we done, and we still have?
That's not us. That's the agency messing with us, guys. Come on.
Okay.
We're trying to do something fun. Okay, meetups. Well, you know what? Mailbag. I didn't get any fun packages in the mail this week, so
really?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's got to be a first.
It is. I have, which is fine for me. That's totally good. But I did get a cool handmade postcard from Daryl. He says hi to you. There it is, a little handmade postcard on stock paper. That's kind of fun with some.
Let's see the other side. Very cool.
That's kind of a cool thing. So neat.
Very well done.
Yep, I like it. Okay, meetups. Let's punch through these things really quick. The next Oklahoma meetup will be Saturday, July 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Red Rock Canyon Grill, 9221 Lake Hefner Parkway, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. RSVP by calling Jesse at 781-857-9175 or email him at 300kmileprius@gmail.com. There's a meetup in Wisconsin, July 27th. That meetup is on my channel, that promo. Flat Earth Meetup West UK, July 30th with Dave Murphy in the flesh, so check that out. Flat Earth Utah Stargazing Camp Out Fireside Jamboree. You guys really got to work in your titles. That's August 2nd through the 4th. That is on my channel. Truth and Freedom Conference, August 10th with Austin Whitsitt, Justin Harvey, and Matt Long. That is on my channel, and you can go to truthandfreedomconference.com. Flat Earth Meetup Atlantic City, New Jersey, September 13th. I believe ZULUONE's going to be there, along with others, and we'll get to that as we get closer. There's plenty of time. Flattoberfest, Spartanburg, South Carolina, September 27th to the 29th. Go to flatearthfestivals.com. And October 12th, a meetup in Kansas. That promo is on my channel. Okay, well...
Let me say hi to some people in the chat.
Yes, please do.
Like ZULUONE and Arwin and Karen B and Kim Jong-un, because, that's where Kim Jong-un would be. Keelan Prudhomme, Think Strong, Jerome Jaycox, Miko the Cat. Oh, Miko the Cat. Brandon C., Boston Ray Mudflood Adventures, Nicola Motors, Adrian Marcus, Flat Earth Sage, Guarded Citadel, TCZAM Man, Extra Dylan, Sarah Gray, Sally Campbell, Gregory May, Adrian Marcus, Lowry, I already mentioned before, Mirabella S. I don't want to miss anybody, Flat Earth Austin, and I'm just going to pick one more person that I randomly see, Jameson Kimbrell. So hello to you, and also hello to other people who I haven't mentioned because there's no way to do it all.
No, you're not going to be able to do it all. All right, so we have no major headlines for tonight because, well, there's only one thing that anyone's been talking about for since Saturday. And it'll go down as one of those events as where were you when it happened? So,
well, since there was no death, it's not going to be the where were you was for, like Kennedy.
Well, officially, again, the one person died in the stands and 2 were wounded.
Well, I mean, death of
which is why I don't even know if the rules are out there on YouTube on what we can and cannot say, because I think eventually...
Can we even say the word death?
We'll try to avoid it if we can. We'll use roundabout ways.
Word. Right, okay.
What we're getting at is... Where should I start?
Wait, I have a statement to make first. Before I engage in any of this conversation,
go ahead.
I quit. No, that's not it. Here's the statement that I have to make. Personally, I am not involved in politics and would never vote for any candidate who believes that we went to the moon, landed on the moon, or that was involved with backing a vaccine or says they took a vaccine or any of the other things any of these fools do. So we're going to talk about things that these people are doing and what could have happened to the best of our ability under the YouTube rules. But if people are wondering, why are you guys talking about politics? We're doing it because it's super topical, and it talks about it. Talking about it is an addition to the fake reality that we live in, and the way that, of course, so many things are hidden that are the truth from us. So it is an apt subject. But I know a lot of people are in the truth community are kind of a slightly pro-Trump and have got some chills from his iconic photo that came out. But just remember, the guy claims to be the father of the vaccine. He says we went to the moon. So remember, remember what you're saying gives you chills.
I gotcha. For me, and you know what, we're going to bring in on audio so you can chime in whenever he wants, United States Army retired Master Gunner Brian Burton, friend of the show. Hey, Brian, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Can't complain. Brian and I have talked several times. Patricia and I have also talked several times since this whole thing went down. My opinion is this. We're not going to play the clips. You guys know it's been done to freaking death. No play on words there. But for me, it comes down to one of two things, which is at the very least, and Brian can chime in when he wants, there was such a massive security gap that, and we'll talk about the security gap, that it was at the very least for me either a blue team, and by the way, I mean, it's like blue instead of Democrat, red instead of Republican, blue team executive action, meaning blue team was trying to take out red team, or something bigger where they're trying to destabilize America even further and polarize it. And in at least one of those cases, it did a fantastic job, whereas we're even more polarized now a week later than we were by a huge margin, to where now, because for me, it has always been about the really difficult task of getting red team and blue team to literally fight in the streets, to literally have them go at each other and destabilize the country to where America is regarded as not the top of the food chain. However, Brian and I were talking about, if you guys want to know, there's some things we need to point out here, which was Brian's done a lot of shooting, mean Master Gunner, you know what we're talking about. He shot everything that can be shot. And from a sniper standpoint and a Secret Service standpoint, that coverage cannot be overlooked ever. It wasn't a lapse in Secret Service. It was a complete collapse in Secret Service. Agree?
There's no way. There's no way they missed that. Let's just point that out.
Right.
There's no way you can miss a building that close that they wouldn't cover. Right. I mean, period.
And we're talking about ranges. Yeah. We're talking about ranges here as what? Maybe 150 yards tops.
Okay, let's put it this way. You don't need a sight or a scope. You can use a weapon's iron sights to hit a target at that place. Right. And you don't need no special equipment.
Right. And the kid, if you believe, where we start here. The kid who supposedly, again, got on a ladder, went to a gun store, bought some rounds a few hours beforehand, got a ladder, climbed up on...
But whose father had guns, but I guess didn't have any ammunition, right. Which is right away, we've got a hole going on.
Right.
Why didn't he get his dad's ammunition?
Yeah, you have access, there are some plot holes here, which is you have access to your dad's rifle, but you don't have access to the ammo? I mean, usually it's the other way around. It's like ammo's just sitting in a drawer somewhere, but the rifles are locked up in a gun safe, or they're chained, or whatever they are. And at 150 yards, again, if you look at the video, he didn't even have a scope on the rifle, which, to Brian's point, it's like, well, you didn't need one, which is interesting because, well, you don't need one, but it would kind of help, I would think, if you're going...
It helps, don't get me wrong,
right.
But every person that goes in the military learns to shoot that distance with iron sights.
Right. Which means...
Okay, so what are iron sights?
They are the. Go ahead, Brian.
It's, when you get a rifle or a pistol, you got the little metal sights that come with it. They're just little posts that stick up on it usually.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Just the metal.
Special scope.
Yeah. Iron sights means there's just no scope on this thing at all. Like in the movies, we see scopes so many times with rifles. It's like, oh no, people forget. It's like, no, the rifles out of the box don't have scopes on them generally. So you can use them to that's what they're designed for, because you don't, in the field, scopes are not meant for people that are running and tumbling and knocking into things, because the scope will just get knocked out of alignment in half a second. So.
Well, the kid for sure. I know one thing for sure about this whole event.
Yeah.
The shooter, whoever it was,
right,
did not have to take into account the Coriolis effect.
There you go. No spin of the earth, which was probably why he missed. But to Brian's point, there is no way that remember, the Secret Service, all they do, it's proactive. It's not reactive. It's not like they just set up and look for bad things to happen. They set up days before the event, looking over everything. It's like, oh, there could be a problem here. Make sure that all those windows are shut. Make sure there's nothing sitting over there. They look for backpacks. They look for people with umbrellas. They look for anything out of the ordinary that looks even remotely suspicious. And that particular rooftop would have somebody on it, bare minimum. Doesn't even have to be Secret Service. They'd be, hey, put a state trooper with a freaking chair, sit him on top of that roof, just for the heck of it, or take a drone and hover.
Or even nowadays,
hover a drone over that roof. A drone would, if there was a drone 10 feet above that roof, the kid wouldn't even considered it. So it was at the very, and again, we're talking about this in kind of broad terms. You guys will understand as we get closer to the end of the year, because there's going to be congressional hearings over this, a lot of them, because they're going after the Secret Service directly. They're going to call for her head. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but they're going to call for her job because at the bare minimum, it was so gross negligence. But I'm not even going to say it's an accident. I know there's people out there. It's like, well, it was just an oversight. It's like, no, that's not an oversight. No, I'm sorry. There are so many. There was a path carved out, a literal path for this kid. And here's the other thing that I know Brian wanted to mention, which was, it's not like the Trump team had any option to make the Secret Service stand down. Trump doesn't pay the Secret Service. That's blue team. Secret Service is under the current administration. They get their paychecks from blue team. They're the only ones that can call it off. They're the only ones that can say, oh yeah, by the way, ignore that roof. And they also follow orders. Don't think for a second it's like a Secret Service guy is going to be like, I don't like what's happening over there. Bam, bam, bam. No. They're going to look at their roof, and then they're going to radio in and say, hey, is anyone watching this? Like, nope, don't do anything.
Well, I want to chime in on one possibility.
Sure.
Okay, this is a possibility, is that when you have that many teams out there, they're given sectors to monitor.
Right.
Okay? So I'm going to go, and I'm going to give the pawns, the ground guys, I'm going to give them the credit to say that they probably had orders. This is your sector. You look here. You look here. You look here. You don't question, well, who's looking over there? That's not their job. Right. Somebody above them makes the whole plan, and they assign where you're looking.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm not gonna say the sniper saw the guy and said, well, I'm not gonna shoot.
Sure.
That could have been. I'm gonna give them the credit at the moment to say the gross negligence happened above and no one looked.
Or you're in that case, I'll go with my path scenario, which is they made sure that none of the snipers that was their field of vision.
That would have to be the case. Nobody who's okay. Management is not going to miss that. It is the base level of what you look for. What buildings can you shoot from?
And let's not forget, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this on mainstream, which is because we've seen the wonderful clips now because there's been so much footage and that everything's been time stamped because you can hear Trump in the distance. So you know exactly how to line up all the audio, which is when all the rednecks were pointing at this guy on the roof, there was plenty of time to where they were alerting. There was officers nearby because there was officers everywhere. And they're like, hey, there's a guy up there. Everybody's pointing up there, right? And at that point, people forget about the people you don't see in Secret Service, which is the command trailer. And they're listening to all the cross chatter from all law enforcement. They would have heard this in 2 seconds. And the second they heard some officer, some sheriff say, hey, there's some guy saying there's a gun on that roof. Oh, my God. It would have been Scramble City.
They would have pulled Trump off the podium,
they would have.
I think. Also, there might even be undercover guys there dressed as civilians in the audience.
At bare minimum, they would have had people stand up and flank him, even if they didn't pull him off. Although they probably would have quickly walked up there and said, "Okay, whisper in his, we got to go right now. We got to go," and they didn't. And again, it wasn't just a gap or an overlap miss. It was a path that was carved out for the kid. The only question then becomes was the kid a patsy? Was he there at all? Blah blah blah. Doesn't really matter. For me, it comes down to the narrative itself. I know there's people in our community. It's like the whole thing was absolutely staged. Very well could have been, but it doesn't really matter because Red Team was there in mass and thousands of people were standing there. And now those people, through degrees of separation, have told all their friends and family, which means everybody was there in some sense. And
any of these events that happen, including COVID and many other things in the past, most of the populace will believe the story that the media has told them. And when you don't, and you have an alternate view, maybe we don't have the same alternate view, but an alternate view, you then live in the world where most of the people around you believe the mainstream view. It kind of makes it so that the mainstream view is factual, even if you say it's not. It doesn't matter because you're living in the world. We all lived in the world with COVID. We lived around masks. We lived around sanitation stations. And in the same way, we're living around a world in which people perceive this to be as advertised with a few minor red team, blue team differences.
Again, my views, do I have certain extreme theories on stuff? Sure, but my mind goes off into things. What I really pay attention, though, is the simple narrative that the drumbeat of the mainstream narrative, which is like, okay, what are most people believing out there? And Red Team right now are into two camps. One, they either say, well, Secret Service made a mistake, right? And it's like, okay, if you want to go, that's fine. I think
with their DEI hires, the women who were very slight and short, trying to put the gun in the holster and not able to achieve
that wasn't a good look. And the Trump, when Trump showed up at the convention, was it last night? It was an all male cast. I'm not picking, but he knew, again, that's social media, what you can do with social media in real time, which was that whole, the three women in front of the car, that was not a good look, did not play well at all. And so Trump's team was like, yep, get rid of them. We're going all dudes from this point forward.
Also on that note, and again, just asking questions, not throwing conspiracies out there, okay? So they released that Iran has a plot to assassinate Trump, is why they beefed up his security. However, that plot, they said, came out a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So why did they beef up the security when he's in the open field, and then they beef it up at the convention center?
Good point. Very good point.
So their timeline, I'm just saying right now, I'm going to say blue team just for the hell of it. The current powers that be are doing a bunch of backtracking that's not working right. I don't understand who's writing their script. It's got to be on purpose, as we talked about before, Mark.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But right now they deleting old freaking Twitter posts and everything else, anything that called for whatever. They're backtracking, but you can't escape the internet because nothing goes away. Even if you delete them, they're still there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Also, let's keep in mind that in 2004, Trump was on a live interview at WrestleMania, with Jesse Ventura, and in 2007 he was in the Battle of the Billionaires storyline, which was this fake feud against Vince McMahon, and then Trump headlined WrestleMania 23 that year, meaning when you see Trump go down and come up with a bloodied ear, that is very WrestleMania. And my thoughts, although I can't really express them here, tend toward the more, let's just call it the WrestleMania option of all of this. And we all know that wrestling is fake. I can say that clearly here. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, sorry, go ahead. You had something, Brian?
No, I was just under Patricia.
Oh, okay. The, for me, again, I am not, the other side of it is that, and I know we'll talk about Blue Team a little bit when we come back from the break as well. But for me, again, it comes down to one of two things. Either Blue Team is making again, if you believe the mainstream narrative, and by that I mean Red Team behind the scenes, a lot of Red Team is saying that, oh no, they're trying to get rid of Trump because that's the only way you can stop him from winning the election, which is a very simple narrative. It's like, we've got him. The only way you're going to stop Trump is if he's dead. And they wouldn't be wrong necessarily, except remember what I said for the last so many weeks, which is don't get overconfident, because that would be a wonderful way to tear out the heart of the Republican Party, is by pumping Trump up to demigod status and then having him lose in November. They would be crushed.
What, another 2:00 in the morning, 1 million votes come in?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you wake up that next morning and, oh yeah, by the way, Trump lost just like he did 4 years ago. Oh, Red Team would be destroyed. But
I think that that's actually what's going to happen, because there's two things that I think could happen. One is that the Blue Team is going to go forward and pull it off this year, because they've already set up the whole infrastructure with the I don't know how to say it, trans agenda, the gay, the immigrants, everybody knows. So they've got all that set up. The COVID agenda for ripe and ready for another, round of something like that in the future, and many, many other things that have happened. Why would they let go all of what they've built? But on the other hand, I do see this switch in America to this conservative Christian aspect with the Candace Owen coming out and saying that she's Catholic now, and forgot his name, dark hair, beard and mustache, was married to Katy Perry. Can't think of his name.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, exactly. Coming out as well, getting baptized. So there seems to be more of a pull toward that. So I don't know. I think that they're mixing up so many things, and I think Master Gunner, you guys alluded to that. They're putting in this event so much truth, and then so many things that don't make any sense, stuff that feeds the right, stuff that feeds the left. It's amazing, whoever storyboards any of this, how they've got it. You could stare at this all you want, and your summation of what happened will break down under the microscope. Nobody can come up with something that makes any sense as to what this is.
Yeah. All right, we are going to go to our first break. When we come back, we will continue this for a little bit, and then we've got a bunch of clown worlds, because it makes sense. Right now, the whole world is a clown world. So let's do that. All I have to do is remember where the hell to click. There we go.
Here.
I gotta click right here. So I'm going to talk because I know it's a hot mic. Peanut, I can't change it unless I go back to show broadcast, can I?
Introducing the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock App Meetup Maker. Never miss another meetup again. You can look up meetups in several different ways. Sort by date. You can search by location or within a 500-mile radius.
We'll just do it when we come back from the break. Okay.
To create and list your own meetup, enter the date. Give the meetup a name, a location name. Add a photo. Enter your contact information. Create a group chat name and then fill out the description with all of the details. Select your background color and hit the Save button to add your meetup to the list. Once the meetup is saved, it will ask you to create a group chat for all of the meetups so people can join the group and start a local chat community. Select Public Group, add your welcome message, and your meetup is now available for all to see. To make sure you don't miss another meetup in your area, you can select your desired radius and whether you want push notifications or email or both. Whenever a new meetup is added in your selected radius, you get notified. The Flat Earth,
I'm going to do it right after this commercial.
Moon, and Zodiac Clock Meetup Maker.
Because we'll still have
bringing
the
people
audio in
together
the
all
background.
around the plane.
Okay, let's start. That's all right. They can see us. That's fine. So we're going to do... Does everything look good here?
Join me, Karen B, every moon day at 9:30 a.m. for Coffee Talk on YouTube, Rumble, and Rockfin. You never know what you'll learn about in a coffee shop. Open topic and open phones, y'all. You can also go to flatearthfestivals.com for updates on the latest news for Flattoberfest 2024 and also for meetups, local meetups. If you want to have your meetup listed on flatearthfestivals.com for free, please email flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com.
I just toggled it. Do you think that did it? Seems okay. We'll have a talk in a minute. Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4. It's you, me, the always perfect Patricia Steere, United States Army retired master gunner Brian Burton, and yeah, you know what? Sometimes Peanut, and that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album
Night and Day.
Nope, I still see her on there. I'm gonna have to add a new one, aren't I? Damn it! All right, that's fine. We'll add a new one from scratch. Okay, so let's continue for a little bit, and then we'll end up this segment with some clown worlds.
I do want to say that Flynn is on the psychiatrist's couch behind me because that's really important. I want everybody to know that's Flynn. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Patricia, what we can have you do is look at the chat room while Peanut and I am going to, just so I know tell people what I'm doing right now, I'm going to add a second Skype thing from scratch and see what happens. Okay, Peanut? So go ahead, Patricia.
Okay. XOXO Nico. Hello. Smiley Chris Raps. Hey, how are you? Denton, Texas Flat Earth Guy. Hello. Ronald Holloman Jr. And he says he lives in the north side of H-Town, Texas. And I'm in Houston, near downtown, actually. Oxbow Spirit. Hello, how are you? What else? Based Mike DeFore Life. Okay. Did I say Life Matrix already? Maybe, I have no idea. I do want to encourage you to go to my channel and subscribe. In the description box of this video, I asked Mark to put some links. Because my channel's really small. And maybe you can help it get at least a little bit more respectable. So if you would, that'd be nice. I have a YouTube, and I have a Rumble, and I have an Instagram. The Instagram is Real Steere. And YouTube is Patricia Steere. And that's pretty much it. If you go subscribe to any of those, that would be great. Oh, it's Miss P Steere is my Rumble, and the Rumble is only there. There's nothing different there than it's on YouTube, except for things that YouTube sees as being too spicy for prime time. So things that talk about the naughty stuff. That's over there. And I'm talking about convid stuff and et cetera, jabs and pokes and other sorts of things that got me a strike on my YouTube channel. So anyway, please do that. And as I said, you'll find it in the description box of this video in Every Strange World. So subscribe, follow, and enjoy.
Hey, Patricia, we're going to do a quick workaround. We're going to see if this works, okay? We're going to mute your mic, and we're going to unmute the other mic, and we're going to see what shows up, okay? Ready? So we're going to mute yours. We're going to unmute this one. We're going to turn the volume down to about here, and go ahead. See what happens. You got to talk now, Patricia.
Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
The question is, can people hear her?
All right, let me go check the chat. Can you hear me?
It's going to take a few seconds.
I mean, there's probably some people that wish I would be muted.
No, people don't say that about you, as far as you know. That's a good workaround, though, Peanut.
Am I audible?
I think so.
Let's see. Hi to King TL, who's there. And Mojo Shop, hey there. Scooter ORR. So is anybody going to tell me whether or not you can hear me? We're assuming.
Yeah, we're assuming. Or
King TL and Arwin and Sarah Gray and Oxbow Spirit says it sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
I just want to make sure you're not too quiet. Yeah, I think we're good.
Have you solved the problem?
Well, we came up with a workaround, and I do love a good workaround, which is Skype. The phone lines seem to be picking you up for some reason, so we said, you know what? We'll just turn off your mic, and we'll just have you come through the phone lines. As long as you don't sound any different, who cares?
Right.
And then we'll have to fix it next week. All right.
2 cats on the psychiatrist's couch, and they are fighting.
Oh, that's
nice. Cat fight.
Those are not CGI cats.
They're brothers, so they won't really fight.
Right. So let's do this. Let's go to some headlines because I know we can chew on this for a little bit while we're going through it. So what are we going to do? We're going to turn on Firefox, turn off the thumb, and pull up Firefox and make sure you can see it. Is everybody good? Yeah, good. Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got a couple headlines, and they are tied to the original title, which was one of the things that bugged me when this whole thing went down was the fact that Elon Musk just jumped on this. He couldn't release enough headlines quickly to where initially, like within hours of the assassination attempt, there's like Musk. This is from Newsmax. I fully endorse President Trump. It's like, wow, really? You waited till he was shot? You waited till that story broke before you came out and did that? Whatever.
Well, the whole event looks so fake it has to be real.
Yeah. And since then, right? Since then, he has donated, Master Gunner knows this, he has donated $45 million a month until the election. So about $200 million to the Trump campaign. If you know anything about politicians, it's all about the rent. And he is absolutely going to take his $200 million donation. In fact, who else has donated $200 million? That's a chunk of change.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. But while we're on
So if Blue Team wins, you're going to have to say, with all that money that Trump just got, and with all the gaffes, stumbling and bumbling that Biden does, if Biden wins, well, even the biggest believer in all of this stagecraft that you know has got to say something's wrong here.
Right.
But guess what? They won't wake up.
Right. Yeah, it's like, well, again, and that adds to what I still believe is the big buildup before the letdown for Red Team, which was like $200 million just from Trump. We can't lose. Money solves everything. And it's like, oh, yeah, sure. Again, Elon. Oh, yeah, by the way, and right after that, this is from Russia Today, otherwise known as RT.com. Musk claims...
Elon Musk is pulling a Me Too here.
Yeah. Oh, hey, don't forget about me. He claims 2 attempts on his life were foiled. The billionaire made the claim shortly after Republican hopeful Donald Trump was shot and wounded during a campaign rally. It's like, oh, death threats on Elon Musk. Actually, I'd believe death threats on Elon more than I would Donald Trump for a while, at least until this year. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Going into the whole, jump. Can you bandwagon more? Can you? Don't forget about me. I'm important. I had attempts on my life. This thing got no traction, by the way, at all. Just trying.
I have money, and somebody tried to kill me too.
Oh, God. I don't know.
He's your favorite villain.
I don't know what it is. No. Look, I grew up in the superhero world, right? I know what a good villain is. He's not it. I have said this many times, which is like, goes back to the Bruce Willis movie with Ben Affleck, Armageddon, that wonderful wonderful scene where Bruce Willis is tearing NASA a new ass when he's going over their asteroid probe. He's like, "You're NASA, for God's sakes." It's like, this is the best you could come up with? This? Right? You know, and that when I look at Elon, that's what I think. I'm yelling at think tanks. When I'm complaining about Elon, I'm complaining about the think tanks that created him. It's like, that's the guy you picked? Such as some random son of a South African diamond miner? Really? That's the guy?
My brother, who's really smart and didn't get the poke, if you know what I'm saying,
right?
Still votes and loves Trump. He thinks Elon is a genius.
Yeah.
And he said the Trump photography stuff that came out with the raised fist gave him shivers. So
I've got to say one thing. I got to add one thing.
Go ahead, Brian.
Elon Musk is such a genius. Somebody tell me what he came up with.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah. He doesn't design.
Don't say PayPal.
That is the challenge I put out to anyone that sings Elon's praises. Like, really? How'd he make his money? What'd he design?
Now, I will give him credit. He knows how to hire people that will do stuff.
Sure.
But what has he? I mean, the only thing I've seen him credit for is using his son's picture to make that godforsaken Cybertruck.
Right. He's not Steve Jobs. Okay. And even Steve Jobs wasn't Steve Jobs.
I was just going to say.
Steve Wozniak was the engineer behind it. Steve Jobs, now he thought up some stuff, and he wasn't shy about how he did it. It's like, look, I did a lot of ayahuasca. I did a lot of DMT, and I thought up some weird shit. That is what Steve Jobs is known for. Elon doesn't think of anything. The Cybertruck should be, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it. But I have one more Elon story, because why not, right? And this one's this. Again, this is a perfect example. Elon Musk says the second Neuralink brain implant. Remember, the first one's just failing. He didn't design it. He didn't design the Neuralink brain implant. He funds it. It's going to give people superpowers in a week. This is from the Hindustan Times. I don't think this is going to get much traction in America because that is a heck of a boast. It's like, really? What superpowers? Really? Your brain implant is going to give superpowers? I'd love to see it, because if it actually gave superpowers, just so you guys know, you'd never see it in the public. The government would snap that sucker up so fast and would turn that into a black program. Oh my God, it would be wonderful. It'd be Homelander for real if that was actually the case. You'd never see these people. All right.
You're right.
This is one for Patricia and I, because we love bringing this up every once in a while. Okay, so my number one sports flat earther in the world right now is the greatest tennis player that ever lived, Novak Djokovic from Serbia.
Novak.
Yep, he's great. And he made it to the finals, even though he had surgery only 20 days earlier. He made it to the freaking finals and lost to Carlos Alcaraz from Spain, which was fine. On the Saturday, so the finals are on Saturday.
Got the poke, because then he would have won.
Right, exactly. Right, and you guys wondering, it's like, Mark, why do you hype up Novak so much? It's because he didn't get the shot in the arm. He was deported from Australia, from the Australian Open, and
he stood strong and didn't back down, unlike many of these other sports figures.
He turned down millions of dollars. He was favored to win it. He was already the defending champ going into it. Turned it down, goes home, gets really angry, goes back the next year and destroys them all. And when they rolled back the mandates in Australia. Anyway, so bottom line, Saturday and Sunday, these last Saturday and Sunday were the finals for Wimbledon in London. And what happens is Kate Middleton is supposed to give the trophy away on Saturday to the women. She did not. In fact, hang on, make sure this pop up.
And she looked fine in her last public appearance, so what's wrong?
So it's like, oh, again, she looks fine here in this shot.
Perfectly lustrous hair, doesn't seem to be,
right. I've never
had radiation treatment or chemo, whatever.
I have never seen anyone 7 months into chemo look this good.
She looks better than she used to.
Right.
Like she might have had some small little facial plastic surgery because her face was very non-symmetrical. My face is non-symmetrical, so I do notice it in other people. And there's nothing wrong with it. We're all human, and if you stare at anyone you know real close, there's very few who have fully symmetrical faces. But her face looks a little more symmetrical, so maybe she had some nip-tuck stuff done, which is fantastic.
She didn't.
But she looks great.
She looks great, but what they're having her do makes no sense. So there's all sorts of new stories saying, oh, she's not going to be doing as many things. It's like, okay, so she doesn't hand. Remember, this is not strenuous. You don't stand for the trophies and hand it to the women for the one on Saturday. But then she shows up on Sunday. She doesn't hand out trophies, but she's there in the stands. It's like, do you not want her to talk? Is there something going on? It's like you're sending these massive mixed messages. It's like, okay, what happened to her? And there's still something going on there. I wish I knew what it was. It's a mystery.
People were saying that she might have had colon cancer, but her dresses are very form-fitting, not scandalously tight, but so that I don't see colostomy bag, issues happening. There just doesn't seem to be any sign of whatever it is. But the problem about all this is I don't see the angle of this conspiracy. I don't see what it is that the gain, I don't know.
I will keep following this, and I will keep tracking her. It just doesn't make any damn sense, because I had heard at one point, it's like, oh, she's not going to be there Saturday. And it's like, okay, well, if she's not going to be there Sunday, she shows up Sunday. It's like, why? What are you doing? We're going to stick with celebrities.
Cancer battle. If that's a cancer battle, those are people that who probably had cancer.
Right.
Their battle looked nothing like her.
Yeah, her battle is not what other people are doing.
It's like a day at a fashion show with high tea.
So let's talk about what celebrities do in the private world, which is, if you guys didn't know, especially if you're a singer,
it's whatever they want.
Yeah, you will get, and if you have money, you guys probably don't know this, if somebody win the lottery or whatever, it actually was talked about, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which was Spicoli at the end of the movie. Spicoli spent his reward money to hire Van Halen to play a beach party that he was at, right, back when Van Halen was Van Halen. So when you're a big enough pop star, rich people will hire you to play at their homes. And Justin Bieber got some hell for taking some money to fly to a wedding, and we'll explain the wedding in a second here, to the one of the biggest weddings in history, right? And he was getting hell. It's like, okay, imagine this. Hey, Mark, if a limo shows up at your house and takes you to a private airport, and you take a private jet, we're going to fly you, all expenses paid, to India. You're going to show up in India, and we're going to have you talk about flat Earth for, 10 minutes. And we're going to pay you $10 million. You okay with that? Yeah. I'm not even hesitating when it comes to that. Justin Bieber, that's what they did. They flew him from his home in California to India. He sung 2 songs. They paid him $10 million. And people give him Justin crap for this. It's like, hypocrites. Absolute freaking hypocrites. Don't even tell me. That's not even a briefcase of money. That's a wheelbarrow full of money. And it's not like you're doing anything unethical. You're singing at a freaking wedding.
Now, there's many people, but not all, in India who don't have food, who are living on the streets, don't have housing, living in really bad conditions. Right. India also is a very beautiful, vibrant place that has people that have anything that they want. But people are saying that this rich couple who just got married shouldn't have what they have and should give it away. And also that they shouldn't have Justin Bieber there because that's a waste of money when the people are starving. But I don't really know if that's true.
Well, that leads to our follow-up article, which is also from RT.com, which is Wedding of the Century. Asia's wealthiest man, remember, this is for his son, throws a $600 million celebration in a land of debt-related suicides. Yeah, it's pretty dark, but you see where we're going here, which is
people do like royals or wealthy people, following them, looking at how they live, mimicking them, trying to get clothing like them. Look at Princess Kate. People, if she's spotted wearing a dress, people are busy copying that dress and putting it on the market to sell because people want a slice of that pie, so to speak, and to live that life. Right. So I don't know if we indeed don't control how we're born and we are just born randomly into certain families or not. Do you begrudge the person who's born into the super rich family because you're dirt poor? Do you want? I think they should just be allowed to enjoy.
And you know what? I'm with you, Patricia. Look, money is to be spent. You can't take it with you, so blow it. If you want to blow, and remember, you're probably going, how in the hell do you spend $600 million on a wedding? Well, in India, it's a big pageant thing, and this particular thing's been happening since March.
Everything's gold.
This thing is a party that's basically started in March, and it's not going to end for a while.
They probably eat gold.
And apparently they couldn't hire his son a personal trainer, but that's fine. You know what?
Right. Well, speaking of eating gold, that could be the problem.
He's eating well. But they brought in, who'd they bring in? They brought in Rihanna, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, the Backstreet Boys, David Guetta, I don't know him, Andrea.
So, they could have had better music taste, but, that's the only problem I've got with it.
Again, the heart wants what the heart wants. So, yeah, there you go. So, Justin Bieber, hey, props to you, man. I mean, hope
it's nice when people who are very wealthy and privileged do give to the community and try to help out, of course. But do you want them to be impoverished as well? Do you think that that's right?
Right.
I mean, I just think we should stop hating rich people.
There you go. Meanwhile,
I'm not rich, and I don't hate rich people.
However,
I wish you could be, but what a hassle it would be to be rich, really.
However, let's talk about celebs that get it wrong. All right, I got a couple for you. This one's John Corbett. You probably remember him from Sex and the City. John Corbett. Yeah, let's see if I got a picture of him lying around here. Come on. There he is. You remember this guy.
I always liked his voice. He did a lot of voiceover.
Everybody likes him, right? Yeah, good, tall.
I think he played the character Aiden in the Sex and the City
show.
Yep,
women love him. He's
handsome,
he's in his 60s now, right? Northern Exposure, right? And so they were interviewing him one day. It's like, hey, how's it going? How's your career? Was it everything you thought it would be? And I quote, right? He explained he does not get to collaborate with writers in the projects he stars in and feels unsatisfied not being part of the creative process in any meaningful way. And I quote, "From my work life, I've made a lot of money. I live in a beautiful home. People come up to me every freaking restaurant I go in. I'm a friend of the world. But as far as a fulfilling creative work life, I just didn't write one line. I didn't write one joke and make people laugh. So it's been unfulfilling on that level."
Well, he's not dead yet. He should go ahead and write himself something.
Boo.
And fulfill that.
Freaking who, man?
I agree with you. I mean, yeah, it is boo-hoo. But also, if he's unfulfilled and looks as good and as he does, and he seems like he's healthy, he has time left to write a screenplay or write whatever he wants to do. He can do it. He's got the money.
I'm just saying, put it in perspective. The greatest treasure in life is contentment, is peace of mind. Be appreciative for what you have. Be appreciative of what you've accomplished. There are actors, I know personal actors, that would lie, cheat, steal, and kill you to have his career. And and at the end, and I know it's a human thing, content.
But don't complain. Go do something about it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I feel sad for him. Meanwhile, here's another actor that had a hell of a career, and you know what? He's still taking chances, and I'm going to give him credit for taking chances. Kevin Costner. So he's made a 4-part film series called Horizon, which is basically a slower, more boring version of Dances with Wolves. The first one came out in the theater, and it did not do well because people are going, it's slow. Look, you could release Dances with Wolves. Yeah, I know. Right? You could release Dances with Wolves now, back from what 1990 or 89 or something like that, or 91, and which won Best Picture. Look, he was one of the few people that starred, wrote, and directed Best Picture film simultaneously. And he's had a resurgence with Yellowstone and all the spin-offs and part of the Sheridan-verse, that whole thing. And he decided to take that clout. It's like, you know what? I'm going to make more Westerns. And he made a film, and I think it barely cracked $25 million in the box office. He had to spend like $40 million of his own money. And now they're saying, yeah, you know what? We're not going to put your next movie in theaters. You're going to have to go straight to streaming. And it's like, yeah, you know what? You took the chance. It happened, but at least he's still, like you said, Patricia, he's still chugging forward. He's still writing. He's still starring. He's still directing. People used to give him a hard time. I don't. Kevin Costner, good for you. Yeah. Still going, but kind of a tough.
And I don't really like Westerns at all, so.
I will eventually watch this, but.
Well, you absorb all media.
I do absorb a lot of media. Way too much, actually. Okay, last story before we go to break. I want to talk about this for a minute, which is, then we'll take your phone calls when we come back, 848-222-2480. Hopefully the phone lines, Patricia's, don't conflict too much. I think it should be fine, though. Since they're on the same line, I don't think it's going to conflict. We'll find out. We'll solve this next week. Okay, this is from CNN Style. The fact that CNN's covering this is embarrassing for CNN, which is the first Miss AI has been crowned, and she's a Moroccan lifestyle influencer. Okay, just want to be clear here.
Wait, this is AI, though. That's not even a real person.
It's not a real person in any way, shape, or form. It's not modeled off a person. There is no person in this at all. Those hands that are holding up the crown, those aren't real either. The crown's not real. Nothing is real. Flowers aren't real. It's all fake. This is who they picked for the AI generated. And by the way, the AI has to write their own speeches, which is a bunch of crap, that they tailor-made the speeches. So that's who got first place.
This is like a big waste of time.
There's money in it. I don't know why, because there's software packages and a lot of designers behind it. So I just want to show you, Patricia, because you're a fashion person. So here's another shot before she won it.
She looks beautiful.
Yes, she does. Again, she was drawn, but okay, fine. I want to show you who took second and third, though. This is who took second and third. The runner-up here with the gold dress, and I'm trying to put, with a massive...
The woman in the gold dress with the green grass behind her looks like the man that most Caucasian... the woman that most Caucasian men wish they married.
Right.
She's got that look of, like, the ideal woman.
She's one of the runner-ups. Her name, her AI name is Lilina Valina. She's from France, from the French designers. And on the left, the super gold on the tan background, that is Olivia C. from Portugal.
Not probably every man's favorite, but I do give her points for originality and an interesting nose and flat chest.
Exactly.
I think it's kind of cool. It's not,
very interesting. And come on, let's face it. If you were a fashion designer and you
perfect.
She's perfect. We're basically coat hangers with heads.
Right.
That's who you'd want. It's like, oh no.
The woman with the short hair is for the runway, and the woman with the long hair is for the catalog modeling, Victoria's Secret model.
But as far as, the runway model, the fashion designer, that's who they go with. I think her lips are a little too puffy, but that's fine. But again, the fact that that's the world we live in now, which is we have beauty contests for computer-generated people. And by the way, it's only women, right? So she came first place. She won the crown, second and third.
Very weird, interesting, strange thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, they write acceptance speeches and the whole 9 yards. Ugh,
are any of these AI-generated images, involved with the flat Earth?
No, but there are a lot in the adult industry, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot. Because at that point, you just use celebs. You go down that road. It's like, oh yeah, take such and such and turn them into a adult film star. All right, we are going to go to break. When we come back, we are going to test the phone lines. I think they're going to work out great. So, we need that second break going right about now.
And cream.
Don't forget to customize your Flat Earth Clock referral code and wake up more mines out of the matrix. Now your referral points earn DOME cryptocurrency tokens on the Pulse chain. Enter your MetaMask wallet address and all your previous and future referrals will automatically earn DOME coins. In the next few months, there will be an airdrop to all users that have referral points in their account and have entered their MetaMask wallet address. Any users that have referrals and do not have their wallet address added will forfeit their tokens, and they will be divided up between all of the people who have a wallet address added. Some cryptocurrencies are proof of work, some are proof of stake. DOME is proof of mine. By waking people up to our amazing flat realm, you are mining DOME coins. Become a DOME whale and wake up the world.
Have you ever looked away from Earth into the black void?
Because you can see the stars.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
we were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon.
It's not a black void. I mean, it's black, but there's all kinds of polka dots.
Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
There's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons.
you see the gas.
It don't let it. Say the sky was not the limit. We fly to the moon in another second, but we haven't been back.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. It's you, me, the always perfect Patricia Steere. Master Gunner's still around, just in case you want to call him. United States Army retired Master Gunner Brian Burton. If you got calls, you got questions. Because you know what? He's an expert on everything that's guns. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I like shooting, but I can't hold a candle to him because he shot some really, really big stuff.
You mean like, wild animals like elephants? That kind of big stuff?
No, not big game. Big guns. So to be, you know what, I should have
really large people.
I should have him explain really quick because some people have asked me. It's like, what's a master gunner? That is a certification by the United States Army for completing weapons training in. Can you just rattle off a few?
All right, we'll break it down this way. I am a Abrams master gunner, so everything from 120 millimeter cannon down.
Cool.
So 9 mil, 5.56, the machine guns, and then I know how the complete breakdowns, tear aparts, and you put them together and everything else.
Right.
On that note, everything else in the brigade, the artillery and everything else, I know how they work, where they go, the ranges and things like that.
Cool. Hey, on a side note, just because I got you, and I had never asked this before, have you ever fired the, I know you fired the 40 millimeter, the bloop tube stuff, but have you ever fired...
Grenade?
Yeah. Well, I know you fired 40 millimeter grenades, because you probably fired the belt-fed 40 millimeter thing.
The Mark 19s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. There was a thing I remember in Vietnam. I don't know if they had them for you guys anymore. It was called the Beehive, which was a 40 millimeter.
Beehive.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay. So when we had the M1 tank.
Yeah.
Before we went to A1s, we had a Beehive round in that.
Nice.
We had a 105 millimeter. Basically, it's a round filled with a bunch of 16-inch penny nails.
Sweet. They did I know I can't get one. It's considered a class 3 thing, but it's a Beehive round for the M203, the underbarrel thing. I can't remember how many 22, but it was basically a bunch of 22 rounds in a kind of a spiral pattern on the inside, and it would simultaneously fire out a bunch of 22.
Well, what they've switched that out with nowadays is we have what's called a canister round on the tanks.
Nice.
So it's approximately 1,098 3/8-inch tungsten steel balls.
Ooh.
So basically you have something in front of you approximately in an area, you fire that and everything's gone.
Nice. So the ultimate shotgun blast.
It's a shotgun blast, yes.
Wow.
For a tank.
Nice. All right, phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Whatever questions you got, we're willing to hear them. So let's go to 505 in New Mexico, which, as you know, probably not a real thing, but it was at one point, and we just took it. So what's happening, man?
Tatanka.
Nice.
Mark, Patricia.
Hi.
Hey, Patricia. Hey, Brian. Hey, Mark. Hey, Peanut. Yeah, I couldn't resist. You mentioned so many good movies, Mark. Of course, Tatanka. For those unknown, that is indeed from Dances with Wolves, and that actually just means buffalo.
Yep.
One of my favorite movies.
Yep.
Must have watched it 100 times in college. But, and of course, Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Armageddon. Wow, what a great movie.
Yep.
So, in a few movies tonight. Wow, so many things going on here. I wanted to bring up this real quick here. This fake space story that I was kind of been watching. It keeps popping up again. This is on this asteroid that came up in 2004, and this article talks about this Apophis.
Oh, right.
Which is a kind of an awesome. Yeah. Discovered in 2004, considered most dangerous asteroid known. Potential impact with Earth in 2029, 36, and 68. They're hyping it up that if an asteroid of this size strikes the Earth, complete Armageddon style tsunamis and big craters and death to everybody. And but here we go. There's a space mission. The Europeans are trying to rapidly launch this Ramses. And another auspicious name, and it stands for, by the way, Rapid Apophis Mission for Space Safety. So, yeah, I like it. And Apophis, again, I had to look that up again. It goes back to Egyptian cult religions, great serpent, enemy of the sun god Ra. Yeah, and so the sun was Ra's great barge, which sailed through the sky, and Apophis was this serpent that attacks Ra. For his death to prevent the sunrise from happening. Right. So also Ramses, that goes back to quite a well-known Egyptian pharaoh that did a lot of building for that whole religious cult back there in Egypt. in the 1200s, I guess, BC. And I wanted to throw that out there. I just, they never cease to amaze me with these names that they come up with. They always link back to this ancient religion, cult religions, and of course trying to scare you. And on the I couldn't help but think on the topic, the main topic tonight, I guess maybe if I could, just 2 verses from the Bible that just made me go back to the Bible for what happened this last week. And this is from Revelation. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. That, of course, is Revelation 13, 2, and 3. So, I just wanted to throw those things out there.
Okay, cool. Groovy.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Any?
Go
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll do a few shout-outs here. Of course, Amy in Syracuse. Jan in Dallas, isn't she a treat? I hope we hear from her tonight, and we could be so blessed. And, of course, Matt in Temple, and Jesse and Brittany. And let's see, of course, Patricia, Mark, and Peanut and Master Gunner, and Flynn the cat.
Yay.
Keep it flat, everybody.
All right. See you, man. All right.
Before you take the next call, I do have to say that that whole biblical thing, a lot of people are going with that, and I'm really not in when it comes to this event. But I am curious to see, since Trump is sporting that bandage on his ear, is the bandage going to be removed and show a totally normal ear, or is it going to be a miraculous healing with no scar? Are they going to have to cut a chunk out of his ear? I
am curious as well, Patricia. That is an interesting. Yeah, I don't. For me, the Bible verse I've heard my whole life. Right. That particular one. It's like, look, I know. In this case, I tried to be as clear as I could in certain circles, which was it wasn't a mortal wound. It wasn't a deadly wound. He didn't even get knocked unconscious.
And it could have been no wound at all.
Right. And as far as the ear goes, well, plastic surgery is actually pretty easy. Reconstructive surgery in the ear, not that tough to do. So people will be microscoping that ear a lot when that bandage comes off eventually.
So do you think that Trump, vain as he is, will undergo some sort of... he'll be fine with having an ear that looks like it's been sliced?
Oh, that's a tough one, because then you've got that... Then you're wearing it on your sleeve, aren't you?
Right, forever.
Right?
But maybe he would, because it would feed his ego. But I've read that this event, the shooting event, has not upped the love he's getting in the polls. It's not diminished it, but it's not.
Well, again, there's no reason, and I know there'll be some people that talk about it. Hopefully, we'll see if somebody calls in about it. Which is why. Okay, there's 2 schools of thought there. One is, by the way, which is, let's say there was nothing happening to his ear, serious, right? And do you, to make it real, undergo surgery to make it real? Again, I'm thinking like Blue Team would think. And
but I kind of think like that. So
the other part is, you're absolutely right. His numbers went up, sort of, but again, Red Team was already so jacked up on him anyway. I mean, when he walked in the room, people were already breathless and, tears rolling down their faces. There'll be more tears now, but it's not like they're adding anybody new. The lines were drawn for this a long time ago.
When I made my first appearance on this Strange World show a couple of shows ago, I did say to you about Trump getting shot. I mentioned it in the show.
You did.
And it was one of, and I know that's not just my prediction. It's many conspiracy people were saying that it seemed like something like that was probably going to happen. And there is a channel called Jurassic Liars.
Yeah.
And the guy's name is Garrow, Garo. And he talks a lot about Elvis and Seattle and a lot of things that maybe would puzzle you or make you think it's weird. But he has talked about Trump getting a head wound. And he has caused many other channels to talk about it.
Right.
And then you know how that is. It's not even from him. Other people are talking about it elsewhere for other reasons. But you might want to check out the Jurassic Liars channel. But he also has said that in August, there's going to be another head wound.
Right.
Where he won't die, but it's going to be more of a situation than this. So anyway, something to keep in mind to see if it's going to happen.
He was the one, and that was intriguing because it was along the lines where I was going, which was, okay, because he's going, then he wins, and then the entire economy collapses. Just crashes. If anyone doesn't know anything about finance, the Dow is sitting at 39,000 right now, and for no good reason at all. And if you collapsed it, people would panic, and all sorts of things would burn. But that's what he was kind of saying. It's like Trump wins, and then it's over. The United States collapses. Like, that's not how I would do it. If you're going to collapse it, you want to destabilize the United States, you do it with blue team. Why do it with red team? Because again, if Trump won, until the problem is timing, which is until the inauguration, you've got several months of hope and people looking up. It's like, yeah, we can do this. Pull up your bootstraps. Let's get this thing done. The T-shirts will be cranking out, and it's like, well, then you crash it? No, kick them when they're down. Whatever. Let's move on. Let's do.
By the way, the date is supposed to be August 4th for the Trump head wound, and that's in Ohio, and that's according to the channel. I do want to give him credit. Jurassic Liars. Now, anything I think and have expressed and talked about during this show is not because I've taken it from his channel, but he is talking about that sort of thing. So you go check it out on your own and make your own decision about that. But tell him that I said hello.
I'm curious myself. We will see how this plays out. And he was pretty close. Let's go to 646 Manhattan. What's happening out there?
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing really.
Is it a slow news day?
Nothing's going on. It's just really boring.
Slow news day. Well, actually, for news, it's actually a pretty slow news day as far as
the day after.
Oh no!
But
it's a slow news day, guys. It's a slow news day.
It wasn't a slow news weekend, that's for sure.
Why do we give a shit about any of this?
Well,
I agree, but it's part of our fake world where we're being lied to every way. So that's why we're talking about it.
We give a crap because everyone around us, all the normies around us, like if I have my family, they're just chattering like parrots around me. Like, all right, that's fine. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, really? I'm really, like, after Saturday, I was just like, oh, fuck everything. It's just like, why are you even paying attention to it? It's so dumb. It's so
you know what? It is so dumb.
It's out of control dumb.
Right when I saw it, I said, who's going to fall for this? But that's what I said when the Elon Musk car was launched into space. I said, and I've said this before on this show, I said, that's going to wake everyone up. And it didn't. So...
It doesn't wake any. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I was just gonna say, it was like, it's just so dumb. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
And like I literally looked at it, and we've been on streams now for like 48 hours for the last weekend.
Right.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It is fucking theater.
Yeah.
It is theater. Like if a guy died, maybe there was MK Ultra malfunction or whatever. Maybe that happened. I don't fucking know. They like to play these games where like somebody died, so you're not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
Maybe that happened. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that firefighter with his initials CC.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's look. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, if he died, I'm really sorry for him. But the idea they used a firefighter, that reminds me of 9/11, and then firefighters and heroes.
It just rings. It rings true of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
And the one thing about the bullshit narrative when you do a psyop is you attack empaths and you put somebody died. Oh, we had a bunch of people that died. We had a bunch of people that died.
Then you can't talk about it because you have no empathy.
And you can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk about it anymore.
But we have to be careful to not talk about it too much in depth here on this show because Mark's channel will get taken.
Well, you just can't say that nobody bid it. I mean, you just can't come out.
What am I allowed to talk about?
No, you can say it.
What am I allowed to talk about?
No, you can totally say it. You just can't. You can't.
I want to say a bunch of shit, but I don't want to.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can say some stuff.
I'm just saying the whole thing stunk to fucking high heaven.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
when Alex, did you happen to catch? And I didn't put it on the channel. I suppose I could have shared that picture when Elon Musk posted, and he goes, "I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You can tell it was real because it looks so fake." And he used the iconic shot of Trump holding up his fist, right? And it's like,
can you believe he actually said that?
No.
Like, Weiss was the one sent it to me, and I sent it back to you. I sent it to you in email. I was like, whoa, my God, this is everything you need to know about everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
It was just that simple. It's so stupid.
Yeah. And
stupid.
And to that point, because I've heard the saying, I mean, when you're calling a shot iconic within 2 hours of the event, right? That's how fast they got that thing distributed. And I try to, what Elon should have said, and he's just not clever enough, is the saying should be, he's not, which is, if it looks, what's the saying? Too good to be true, right?
It probably is.
It probably is. That
everybody's getting trolled. Everybody's getting trolled.
Okay,
everybody is getting trolled.
Yeah.
The Trump shot with his fist in the air, Braveheart style, reminds me, with the flag, reminds me of this shot.
Yeah, of the moon shot with the flag pointing at the earth in the background. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Same
old song and dance, different day.
Same sort of angles.
That photo op was very, very similar to Iwo Jima.
Yeah, that photo op was
that too. Yes,
that was done very well. But when it happened, I noticed it immediately. Which was, and you guys got to know this, and Master Gunner can chime in if he wants. Which is Secret Service. The job is to swarm you and get you out of there as fast as humanly possible. And Trump stopped not once, not twice, 3 times before they closed the door on that car for photo op.
Right.
And it's like really. Go ahead.
I get a bunch of like people, especially on my social medias. I got a bunch of people like saying like, "Well, we knew there was one shooter." You don't know fucking shit.
Right.
Just
you assume
you don't know
there's
fucking
more.
Shit.
Right.
You don't know if there's a guy. There might be a guy fucking. If they wanted to shoot him, he's been doing open air fucking concerts for a fucking a year, 2, 3 years, whatever.
Right.
I'm sorry. These guys know how to shoot from fucking 800 yards. They could have killed him a long time ago.
Right.
A long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
He should have been dead a long time ago if they really wanted him dead.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And if you actually believe this shit, if you actually drink this fucking Kool-Aid, I mean, honestly, you've got to step back and like think about this for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I look, I'm not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. I don't fall into that dichotomy trap, right? I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. I've walked through that life already. I already did that.
Right.
You got it, dude. These guys are trained to shoot from people from a fucking mile away.
Yeah. 600
yards at least, if not further.
Yeah.
And instead, would you have an MK Ultra fucking fallout? Did you have you missed him by a fucking hot minute. You caught his ear. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's 1,000,000 fucking % bullshit, all the way across the board.
Yeah.
And I will walk this road every single time because we've been through this fucking psyop so many times. I want to scream at people. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then the flag is above him. Like,
I'm
not pro or anti-Trump. I don't give a fuck. I've never met the guy. I don't know. He might be a nice guy. He might be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It was bullshit, and you could see it right there in front of you. They laid it out in front of you. They fucking come all over your face with that fucking shot. Sorry, Nicole.
You know what? You said it very well in a way that I wouldn't say it, but I'm backing with what you said. By the way, Mark, I know you're into the Illuminati card game, or at least we've spoke about it in old shows from the past.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's an Illuminati card game card that has kind of something to do with this? Maybe if you stretch it a little bit. It's called the Second Bullet. It says, play this card immediately after you fail a roll to destroy. If any of your own group still have action tokens, you were eligible to participate, and you'll get enough power to be able to actually pull it off. The Second Bullet.
Yeah,
that goes with the theory that there could be a second attempt.
Which
the card looks like
very nice. Hold it in front of you.
It looks like his face. It looks like his fucking face.
His face.
And that goes along with
Isn't it really weird how that predictive programming goes all the way back? And if you're trying to unwind, say, a timeline, or like say we would call it like our reality, you're unwinding it in real time. They really are unwinding it in real time on this card game. I've seen this card game for years and years. A lot of people that are in this community know this thing, and it's unwinding right there to the moment. Yeah. And so like I was just when I watched this thing, I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like Nicole and I were sitting down. I was sitting at the window. I was having a cigarette, and then I saw this thing come up on Twitter, and it's Trump with blood on his face. I was like, oh, something happened. I literally walked over and got on Twitter, and literally I called everybody that I could find. I called Weiss. I called Mark. I called you. I called everybody. I was like, this is fucking, it stinks to fucking high heaven. I was like, this is dumb. It's stupid. It's retarded. And like a lot of us that have been through these games for years, the September thing way back when was, that's our training ground. 2020 was more so like we knew it like within a week. This one happened within 5 minutes. Their script is shrinking.
Right.
They're literally running out of fucking shit.
But people are still buying it.
They are, but they are. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This community, like you guys, like everybody that listens to this stuff, we actually can see it. So like within 5 minutes, we knew it was fake.
Yeah.
We knew it was fucking fake.
Yeah.
Or, whatever it was. You could call it an MK Ultra malfunction, whatever you want to call it. If somebody actually
maybe
died,
some little mix of real in there somewhere somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. Condolences to somebody if you actually died. I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people there that said somebody yelling. But I'm like, well, okay, fine. But here we are. The other shoe is dropped.
Actually,
dropped,
both
and now
shoes
we're on
were dropped off Trump's feet.
Oh, we don't want to go down that road.
Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to pop off.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Alex. All right. Bye. And sorry, go ahead, Patricia.
Trump's supposedly his shoes fell off because he was asking at the podium, I need to get my shoes. His quote, Secret Service men hit me so hard they knocked me out of my shoes and my shoes are tight.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Sorry, he went down on his own, and then they just swarmed him. There was no impact. There was no linebacker hit.
Yeah.
And you would have seen that because people would have said, "Oh crap!"
Slip-ons, or are they lace-ons?
Yeah. I mean, if he had slip-on shoes, sure, but why did?
I'm sure, because he's a big guy. I call beep beep on that story.
It's all anyway, I know is when
I do want to add this.
Go ahead.
Okay. Conspiracy or not, whatever happened, he is going to hype it up.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's a hype man.
Well, no, anybody would.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
That's politics. That's how
true. Very true.
So even if it was, quote, an actual incident against him or whatever, either way, they're going to hype this up.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely, they will. And my point though was, as far as the Secret Service goes, was that not the snipers, but the guys on the ground, was that I don't think they would have stopped just because he wanted them to stop.
They shouldn't have, and that's the other thing we were talking about before.
Right.
Was they should have just said nope, pushed him off.
No,
it didn't cover him very well several times. You're
right. Several times.
I know.
Yeah.
Again, failure. Or
something more, and what he was saying, which was like, what? Oh, shoot her down! Really? That's it? There's no more threats? You're only in 20 seconds. Really? You're sure there's no more threats? To where
they wouldn't. They would still treat everything. He's gone.
I'm old enough to remember. We're going to go to break here in a minute. Which is, I'm old enough to remember the Reagan John Hinckley Jr. thing from back in the day. Way before the internet, but there was some great footage from the sidewalk, and because he was coming out of something, and when the Secret Service saw the threat, they threw him into the limousine. They didn't move him into the limousine. They could have broken bones at the speed they got him into that thing, and they don't care. That's the point.
Supposed to.
Yeah, it's like, look, as long as he's alive, it's a win. Therefore, move as fast as possible, which is why, in fact, I was staring at him. It's like, why aren't they carrying him down the freaking stairs? Yeah, it would have been awkward and people would have fallen. It wouldn't have been graceful. But why aren't you carrying him? You would have carried Biden. Why wouldn't you have carried Trump? In fact, Trump dictated, again, I'm not picking on that side. We'll talk about it a little bit more after the break, which is Trump doesn't dictate the stops for the cameras. And Trump was smart enough not to look into frame. Those iconic shots, you're saying, oh, wow, the perfect picture. It's like, well, yeah, if you saw this guys that were holding up the cameras taking, fast shutter speeds, they were taking a whole bunch of pics. Yeah, they got they got the perfect pic, but it's like they threw away 99% of them. So, but he had to pop up for those shots. That was just it. He had
to know what kind of shots were being taken in a way. He didn't know what, so that's why he gave many opportunities to get the perfect shot.
Right. And one last thing before the break. And again, I don't want to diminish the event, but if you watch enough media stuff, you know what the term plot armor is, which was the hero he's not going to die, but he's going to get wounded. Usually it's the shoulder, his arm's in the sling for the rest of the show, or in the leg or in the foot. The ear, really? That's a stretch. Right. I
can see this storyboarding meeting with Trump, and Trump's like, look, I don't want anything that's going to disfigure me. Especially don't do anything to my hair.
Right. No forehead, nothing in the cheek.
Okay, the ear, just a little scratch.
Yeah. Again, if you're going down, well, yeah, we could. All right. Well, we're going to go.
Trouble.
Yeah, we probably will get in trouble. Okay, we're going to come back from the break, take your phone calls. Remember, it's 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Away we go.
Approaching food trailer.
Engage Delta 9.
Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Hey, I know you.
Shh, they might be listening.
CIA?
Maybe.
Aliens?
Probably.
Globalists?
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat.
I'm listening.
And round.
Go on.
And delicious.
Tell me the secret.
You might.
This truly is a special place.
Yeah, we like to think so.
Will you be here tomorrow?
We move around quite a bit.
A mobile command center. A strong strategy. I like where your head's at.
Anything else?
I was never here.
Copy that, Alpha 33. Come on back, let's eat.
Welcome back to Strange World Part 4. It's you and me, the always perfect Patricia Steere.
Oh, happy 55th anniversary of the fake moon landing. The 20th of this month. It will be between now and our next show, so we need to mention that. And I was alerted to that by Sue Finelli, so thanks, Sue.
Wow. Well done. Master Gunner, Brian Burton, SRB retired. He's with us, of course. And Peanut, somewhere off in the distance. So if you have questions, phone number is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Nothing odd about that. And we're going to pick up, is Germany still there? Yes, Germany is still there. I think it's like 4 a.m. What time is it over in Germany right now?
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to call quick. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Again.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking, man.
Okay. Yes. About Trump, I think because he already has a high approval rate, and Biden is a weak candidate. I think they need a really high approval rate for Trump, so he can do this project 2025. I don't know.
What is Project 2025?
I think they want to reform some the political system. I think they want to do this in all NATO states.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, people have spoke of such.
Yes, probably they want to move more like into the maybe like fascist direction, so states can be more productive or something like this.
Possible.
But I want to call it because of something else. I like the 80s, the 80s songs like Joe Jackson,
yeah.
And I like the songs you don't hear that often anymore, but everyone who grew up in the 80s knows these songs.
Wonderful.
So I want to say like 10 songs people can look up. Maybe they forgot the song.
Okay,
but they are really cool.
Okay.
Do it. Go ahead.
That's really off topic.
No, do it, man.
And random, but okay. Like Tom Petty don't come around here no more.
Yep.
I don't like Tom Petty, but I like that song. So I like that song.
Yeah, the song with Stevie Nicks. And there's a cool live version on YouTube from 2006.
Nice.
And other songs like Eric Clapton, it's in the way that you use it. You don't hear that song that often anymore. And also from Madonna, Jessie, and Borderline. These are cool songs, and 5 other songs like Scatterlings of Africa from John Clegg.
Don't know that one.
And
go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. And Gregory Abbott, Shake You Down.
Oh, I remember that song.
And from yeah, that was good. A good song. And from the Police, Wrapped Around Your Finger.
Ah, I love the Police.
Of course.
Also a good song. Yes. No, I just want to mention this because you had one show like months ago where you were talking about a song you remembered from a vacation.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. The song Media Man by the Australian band Flash in the Pan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not Meteor Man.
Not Meteor Man. Yep.
So this was off topic from Donald Trump.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
So I just want a short call. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So have a nice day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye, Germany.
See ya.
That was a nice call. Nice to have a relief from the Trump stuff and the Biden stuff and all of that.
Indeed.
I just looked up Project 2025, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a presidential transition project and Heritage Foundation involved. It looks really, it's a wish list for a Trump presidency.
Right.
It's a think tank, and it's probably really, really horrible, but I'll look at it later.
And it is putting the cart before the horse, which is when we win, we're going to do Project 2025.
Right.
So everybody buys their T-shirts, and then they'll...
Blue team wins again.
Yeah. Okay, let's do... Oh, where are we going? We're going to go to Idaho. I don't remember this one. 208. Have you ever called in before?
Hey there. Hey there, Mark and Patricia and Peanut and Gunner Sargent. Sergeant Gunner, how y'all doing?
It's Master Gunner, but go ahead.
We're great.
Master Gunner, sorry.
That's all right.
Hey, is Master Gunner still on? Or?
Yep, he's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. I'm just wondering, a bullet passing by an ear within an inch of the eardrum at hypersonic speeds, is that going to cause damage to the eardrum more than what looked like a mosquito bite?
No, because a 556 doesn't go sonic speeds.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah. Somebody
It's
like
a
Owen Benjamin had brought that up on the deal the other day, and I was just kind of wondering about that. But I have so my name's John Murphy, and I had called y'all before. I have the YouTube channel Christian Flat Earth Carnivore.
Oh, cool.
And I shouted out my channel, and I got 13 subscribers, man. I was excited. Thank you so much. So
nice.
All you guys, if you go on YouTube, put @Christian Flat Earth Carnivore. Love to have you on there. I got a bunch of playlists on there. Okay, all kinds of conspiracy playlists, favorite music, 300 songs on there, all this stuff. And I'd love to see you all on there, but I am the guy who called and speculated that Transformers, you know, the ones on the light poles and stuff, are actually high-tech drones that are hooked to the power supply. And at the right time, they'll come out and police an area with, you know, advanced weapons. And, you know, we had talked, it's probably not the case because some redneck would have broke one open.
Exactly.
But,
A transformer behind my house blew up recently, so nothing, none in there.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, right. When they blow up, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So there was some things I'm just kind of putting out there. I appreciate y'all having me on the call. Something that's big to me right now is the Little Season View. Have y'all heard of the Little Season View?
Oh, it's in the Bible. Yeah. Tell us more, real quick.
Yeah. So the Little Season View says that what we call the Dark Ages was actually Christ's millennial reign that already happened.
Right.
Yes.
And this is the only eschatological view that accounts for all the mud flood evidence, all the antiquitech that we see, worldwide buildings in the same structures, like with the same kind of building on it. It's really the only one that does that. But what that does is, on a flat Earth led me into little season eschatology. And the belief is that Jesus with his saints reigned for 1,000 years, and that's where people get praying to the saints and things because they're actually ruling and reigning with them in their glorified bodies. At the end of the 1,000 years, right, the idea, I think the best speculation is that July 4th, 1776 was when Satan was released from the pit, and if you look at the Statue of Liberty, you'll notice broken chains at the feet. That is a statue of Lucifer having been released. And if if seasons break into 4, there's 4 in a year, say a little season of 1,000 years could potentially be 250 years, and that would be in just about exactly 2 years.
Well, Lady Liberty, that statue definitely isn't a woman, so you may have something there.
Yeah, and actually there's pictures that like the Rothschilds and stuff have posed in front of, and the picture is the same. It's Lucifer being released. It's an old painting, being released, and that is what the Statue of Liberty is marked after. And so along with that, it kind of leads into other things, like where did Jesus go? And this leads into, I believe he went to the north. I believe when you follow your compass all the way to Mount Meru, that's actually Mount Zion. And that perhaps Cain, when Cain went to the land of Nod, right, we have Cain, Nada. The true Israel is actually in the north. And what we have out in the desert is just a fake place. Not saying Jesus didn't die there. Maybe he did, because the Bible identifies it as spiritual Babylon. But I believe, my current belief is that Jesus Christ is right now ruling and reigning in the North Pole. And like the Pilgrim's Progress, there is the holy city. You can only go there in your spiritual body. Then there's a river, the river of death, like the Pilgrim's Progress. And then there's the camp of the saints. And so I believe all that's left to do is Satan to deceive the nations, rise up, say, hey, aliens landed in the north, because nobody would fight against Jesus if they knew it was him. And surround the camp of the saints. He gets destroyed by fire, and we go straight to the white throne judgment and a new heaven and new earth. And that is my current belief on that. With that also leaves the state of Israel to be completely false, that the Jews are not having only 3% Semitic DNA. I know this is a controversial subject.
A little too controversial for this channel, to be honest. I saw where he was going, but no, I can only give you so much rope there, man.
Although there's agreeing happening, so we can't put it on there.
No, I hear you. But there's
say, yeah, he's right.
Well, we're gonna take a chance with 440 out of Ohio. 440.
Ohio.
Oh. Hey, are you on mute right now? Oh, there you are. Hey, you got to say something.
Hello?
Hey,
hello.
Do you want to say something, or you just listening?
Do you hear me?
Oh boy, Here we go. Yes.
Oh, you do hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Right on. Sweet. Yeah, I was kind of getting in the zone too much, but sweet. Yeah, I'm glad to actually be on. I was just about to hang up. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Going to bed here soon, but glad to catch you guys right before I went to sleep. But yeah, just wanted to give my take about everything, which I haven't really went too deep into all the videos. I've heard I don't know if you heard Days of Noah, but
I did.
Pretty good channel, has about 100K subs. So I was looking at some of the reactions and a little bit of video breakdowns, and yeah, it's just interesting. I mean, the big thing with it is the fact that, a lot of people, they either think Trump is the Antichrist, or they think he's a spiritual leader, chosen specifically by God. So I think, this thing is going to divide a lot of the truth movement. Because I haven't looked at a lot of these videos, but I'm seeing just, YouTube titles of, Trump fulfilling prophecy. So I think there's going to be a lot of division with with Democrats and Republicans, but also with a lot of people who are posting videos. And Days of Noah made a good point how there may be a little bit of real and a little bit of fake. So then the people arguing saying it's 100% fake versus the people arguing where there's real stuff going on, but it's not the way the mainstream media is saying it.
Right.
So it kind of opens up a big can of worms.
Very big can, yes. I agree.
Agreed. Shout out to Days of Noah channel. I like it. I always listen.
Was that it? Can I let you go, or you have anything else?
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have called you guys a little earlier because I'm a little tired, but can't really think of much else. Just kind of wanted to say that it opens up a can of worms, and the fact that, I guess The Simpsons, I haven't seen this episode, but I heard, they did predictive programming, I guess, of Trump being assassinated, and he was, in a casket and came out of a casket or something.
That's a fake generated stills from Simpsons. If you see that, it's not from the real Simpsons.
Oh, really? See, that's what's crazy about the deep fake and AI in itself, because you don't even know what the heck is real anymore.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of truther stuff that's fake Simpsons material out there, or fake Family Guy material out there. So be very careful what you view and believe is actually real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't even see that one. It's just from what I've heard. And then that, Illuminati card game, too. I forgot exactly which card that was, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's a little bit interesting, too, because it kind of does look like Trump.
Right. There's the card that looks like Trump as well. Yeah, for sure. But thank you for calling.
And, like, a lot of people, too, last point.
Oh, sorry. Missed him. Sorry, Peanut said roll. We got to roll. We only got a couple minutes left before we got to call this thing. So we're going to pick up two more. We're going to pick up this one. I'll give you a couple minutes. 480. What do you got?
Hey, Mark Sargent. Hey, Patricia. Tony Coriolis.
Hey.
Hey. I'll be pretty quick. I was just going to say that, Sue Finelli told you about the moon landing anniversary.
Yes.
And we just passed 2 days ago was the 10-year anniversary of the Go Fast rocket.
Wow.
So yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. And then I forgot what else I was going to say, but I did have a question for you guys that I forgot to ask during the Jaron VIP thing.
Sure.
You guys, I heard in an old Patricia post of Mark and Patricia that you guys had night vision goggles, and then Mark said to lay down and look at the sky through them.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have those or use them or anything?
I do. You can buy them cheap. Ever since then, I mean, now it's been 9 years. The Americans actually make better stuff now than the Russians. The Russians and Belarus in particular used to dominate that industry, and it would cost like $500. But if you go on Amazon and look for 5 power or higher, but usually 5 power is fine, night vision binoculars, not monoculars, but 2 regular binoculars. You can get them for $150, and they're amazing. They work great. So yeah, they work fantastic. Just wait till your eyes adjust, lay on your back, look up at the sky, and tell me what you see.
No, it sounds awesome. I've been thinking about that, and great intel. Yeah, that's all I got. I forgot my other thing. So peace out. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, I like that call. In and out. Boom. Fast.
Peanut says, yeah, find Generation 3 if you can afford it. You'll see wonderful things. Well, yeah, Gen 3, seriously? Gen 2 is like, what, 4,000? Gen 3?
You're wasting valuable time. We could be taking great calls, Mark.
Oh, sorry. Well, no, there was one more I was going to grab. But anyway, sorry. For those of you who want to see some really, really amazing stuff, go on Amazon. You can email me for the links if you want, but they're not tough to find because, again, you can buy them for like $150 now. Gen 1 night vision. I don't even know if they call them Gen 1s on Amazon. Night vision binoculars. Go out, look up at the sky. Tell me if you see what you think are satellites, and then keep watching. All you have to do is watch for like not even an hour, and you'll see what I mean. I was on my back in Colorado in the snow watching that stuff for years, way before Flat Earth, and it was just freaking amazing. Amazing what I saw. Okay, so let's pick up 845. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
New York. I thought you were going to say something.
I was thinking of something, but it was going to be in bad taste, and it was too soon. Sorry.
Hello, Patricia. Hello, Mark. Hello, Peanut. Hello, Master Gunner. What do you call him? Sergeant Gunner?
Yeah, Sergeant Gunner.
Airstrike inbound.
Yeah, Airwolf Gunner.
Too funny. Yeah, right. Airwolf Gunner. Hey, what's up, right? Too funny. Yeah, man. Trump. Really? Wow. This whole thing has been utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I really don't ever follow the stuff what each side is saying.
Right.
And it's been interesting the last 48 hours. They on CNN and all them, their standard rhetoric the shooter was observed 1 minute and 57 seconds. Every fucking person said 1 minute 57 seconds.
Yeah.
Yet the day before, all the reports were minutes, 26 minutes. They said that they saw this guy.
Right.
And were trying to notify the police, and just such bullshit.
Yeah.
The building was too sloped to put an officer on the roof.
Yeah, I heard that
it
too.
It looked pretty flat.
Yeah.
Come on. And the DEI hires. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a curve. The DEI hires. I'm sorry, I get it. You know, you want to have women, but why aren't those 6 foot, 220-pound women? If I can walk up there and fuck that little woman up, she's got no business protecting the president.
Oh, and what about the bullet? The shot. The photographer captured the bullet.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Of course, they got the bullet on screen.
Of course
right,
they did.
Right.
With the kind of camera set with the shutter speed that you would have there to take photos of the president. There are cameras that can do it and shutter speeds that can do it, but you wouldn't have that set up to be taking the kind of pictures that they were taking.
No.
So.
Because if you did, you would know it was coming. Right? Why would you why would the shutter speed that be?
I think that's like a chemtrail, although I don't know if I believe in chemtrails, but that was in the mood that was behind the press.
Silly.
Too funny.
And by the way, I want to mention one more thing because DJ didn't get a chance to call in tonight, but he called me this afternoon and wanted to. He goes, this is going to be kind of odd to say, but he goes, but the blue team gay community in particular thinks the other way, in that it was faked, it was completely stagecraft from red team side, that Trump faked it all. And that's what blue team thinks in mass, at least on the gay side. I go, really? Why? It's like, I don't know. I guess that's just the way it is. And so I was listening to a bunch of interviews, and that's exactly what they were coming off.
Interesting.
Mostly because they don't trust him to such a degree that they're willing to, again, we talked about this before the show, they're willing to believe in their very first conspiracy. People that never believed in conspiracies are now saying, oh, no.
Because it's still, that's another red flag.
Exactly.
There's too many things. There's too many things to lead you, whoa, holy shit, even the normies see and think it's a conspiracy. It's too perfect.
So the normie gay community is saying that also that it would be okay, that it would be normal if Trump just allowed the firefighter to die and the shooter got killed, because Trump would, quote, do anything, kill anyone to win.
Right.
That's what I've heard them.
They hate him so much that it's like, even though logic goes out the window, it's like, yeah, but why would he fake it? He doesn't need to fake his numbers.
It all falls apart if these people really think about what they're saying.
Yeah, there were thousands of people.
They don't think about what they're saying.
Yeah. So it's those interviews have been very interesting.
Not.
Yeah. So, but I love the fact that conspiracy is true, right? They believe in that conspiracy, but all the other conspiracies, red team conspiracies, again, it's brilliant in that now they polarize the country to where even the conspiracies are polarized, which is amazing. Right. So good work, guys. Whatever you're doing there.
And to bring them in on it, right? Their first conspiracy, and it's the president fakes his own assassination. That's your first conspiracy?
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about swinging for the fence right away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all just too much stuff. Of course,
that
loner.
one's better than
he was bullied.
Protected by the armor of God, and that's how he lived through the bullet shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's okay.
Wasn't that guy who predicted this like 3 months ago? He said he had a vision that Trump was shot in his ear, and then he was elected president or something.
Yeah.
So he would find God, and
then the economy would crash. Yeah.
Right. Come on. There's just so many different things. It's so target rich that it just seems
target
it's so
rich.
Fake.
I like that.
You know, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everything. The shooter, of course, they stumble onto somebody who went to high school with him, and he was a loner, and he sat by himself, and he was bullied all the time.
Bullied, exactly.
Had to have been him.
And why would the FBI? Yeah. And why would the FBI even put out the story or release that we can't get into his cell phone, and then backtrack and be like, oh yeah, we got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? Why would you even say that?
I love that one.
Everyone on this planet knows you can get into that phone.
Well, we
wrapped up the shooter story.
Yeah, and it does that. It's a double meaning because we can't get into your phone normally. It's like really.
Right. Horseshit.
That passcode.
Come on, think of something else. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage. Everything they came up with, it's just so much.
Yeah.
How could you not be like, what the fuck is going on?
It's a conspiracy stew.
And by the way, there are. I want to end with this before we get to your quote and your shout outs, which was there's some surveys in circles that have been tracking 85%, but they asked people, it's like, do you think there'll be another attempt on Trump before the year's out? And 85% of the people in the circle say, yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? You know, if you know. So we'll see.
I'm sorry. That's fucked up. You saying that because the I don't know, right or left side, whatever.
Well, both.
That out, those people.
Both because
side. But they were happy. They were upset that he didn't get killed,
right.
And they still were just saying this shit. I'm like, seriously, you're still gonna fucking push that and be like, well, you know.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people got fired because they said that, they should have shot Trump.
Yep.
They shouldn't have missed. So a bunch of people lost their jobs for saying that publicly.
Yep.
So.
Hey, Zulu.
But they already said it. It's too late. They already said
it. What do you got for a quote, Zulu?
Yes. It is not a shame to be deceived, but it is to stay in the deception.
I like it.
Yeah, because, this is very complex. There's a lot of different factors. A lot of people don't understand certain things, like Brian was breaking it down. It's more than just a failure. They have procedures and policy that is overlapping, and they don't make these mistakes.
Right.
You know? It was terrible. Terrible.
Right.
But excellent at the same time.
Oh, hey. Yes. It is very entertaining.
They did a great job with this mess.
I wasn't bored.
Yeah, quite entertaining.
On the weekend, it was like, really? I didn't have anything to watch. Let's just put on, the major news networks for 10 hours straight. Let's do that. Yeah. No commercials. It's like they were just running it. And I was like, I give it. I'm just soaking it in. Okay.
I even heard that the cops were in the same building. They were underneath him in the same building.
I heard the kid actually had a hook for a hand. So
he had a hook on his foot.
Yeah, had a hook on his foot.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Okay, you got any shout outs, Zulu?
Yes, Mark Sargent, Patricia Steere, Peanut Gallery, Master Gunner, Ice Queen, NDB, the chat, myself, Captain Pirate Nathan, and tomorrow BST at 420. Stop by and release some of the fucking grief and pain in the neck stuff that you deal with every day.
All right.
The safe space.
We will be back next week. Same flat time, same flat channel. Say goodnight, Patricia.
Shout out to Trump's ear. Woo!
Say goodnight, Zoo Blam. What?
Say goodnight, Zoo Slam?
No, Blam. I was doing like a. That doesn't matter. Peanut. Look, I didn't rehearse that one. I just thought of it. It
was like a fake gun.
It was a fake gunshot. They can't all be gold.
A lot of that stuff goes on. That shit sounded fake too. That didn't sound.
Thank you. See, I was just keeping up with it. All right. Peanut just waves me off. Roll credits. Hot sex. Good night.
Thanks, Master Gunner.
Oh yeah, thanks, Brian Burton, retired U.S. Army Master Gunner. Thank you. Say good night, Master Gunner.
Be calm by fire.
Nice. That's good.
We go together, better than birds of a feather, you and me. We change the weather, yeah. I'm feeling heat in December when you found me. I've been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain. And baby, you know it's obvious, I'm a sucker for you. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Yeah. Any road you take, you know that you'll find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you. About complicated. Yeah. Cause I know you and you know everything about me. I can't remember all of the nights I don't remember when you're around me. I've been dancing on top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain. And baby, you know it's obvious, I'm a sucker for you. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Yeah. Any road you take, you know that you'll find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you. About you, about you, about you. And you're making the typical me break my typical rules. It is true, I'm a sucker for you. Yeah. On top of cars and stumbling out of bars. I follow you through the dark, can't get enough. You're the medicine and the pain, the tattoo inside my brain. And baby, you know it's obvious, I'm a sucker for you. Yeah. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Yeah. Any road you take, you know that you'll find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you. About you, about you, about you. And you're making the typical me break my typical rules. It is true, I'm a sucker for you.